Okay, for this week, we start a Spring application. In this case, we show that the viewer don't have any table because our final object is create tables in my SQL and showing the tables through the viewer. So first, we start showing our ERD diagram. As we see here, we have the pet store table, that is principal table, and pet store can have many employees. Is that why if we use one-to-many relationship between these two tables, and we have pet store can have many customers, and many customers can buy in many pet store. So we have many-to-many relationship in this diagram. And last one, we have the pet store customer table that allows to join through primary key customer ID and pet store ID, join these two tables. Later, we have in this case, we have the pet store application as a neighboring application. We have all the dependencies necessary to build application using Spring Framework as we see here, my SQL dependence, and we use Lombo too. And we create a project, and the POM files use all dependence to build a project at the compiler time as a tool of compiling. First, we have the detector application. In this case, we start the Spring Boot application with the notation at Spring Boot application running. In this case, the application, the class detector application, that is the main class in our detector application. Later, we have the dates needed to connect my SQL as username, password, and the URL address to allow us to connect in this case, it's JDBC, calling MySQL, calling localhost, and we use a Spring JPA that use Hibernate as library to compile. Later, we have the three entity table. In this case, first one is pet storage table. We establish the primary key pet storage ID with the notation ID, and we establish many-to-many relationship with customer. Join, in this case, the tables, as we see here, using customer ID and pet storage ID. Join in pet storage customer, as we explained before in IRD. And the second is one-to-many relationship. In this case, the pet store can has many employees. Later, we have the other entity, in this case, employee, that allows to have the primary key ID, in this case, employee ID, and we use the pet store ID to join the tables. Later, we have the table customer. In this case, ID notation allows to know the customer ID, as we see here. And we make too many relationships because, as we explained before, many customers can buy in many pet store, and many pet store can have many customers. So we are able now to run the application. So we see here, in this case, we see that the table, the use of Hibernate as library was fine, and the table, it should be created in MySQL. We see that there's no table before, so we can refresh in this case. And as we see here, we see the tables and ERD that the project is built, and that's all.